Hey guys, so this is my first video in a little while. I wanted to kind of take a step back and really learn a little more. So today we're going to be talking about a little more advanced of a concept, not a concept, but a little more advanced of an integral. So say we have some integral 1 over, also credit to Khan Academy because this question pretty much comes from them, plus 52, right? So we have this bad boy, and we want, all right, dx. So the first thing that we should note here is that this integral is obviously not going to be the most trivial thing to solve. And whenever we have 1 over something, especially when we have like 1 over like an x squared of some sort, we always want to be on the lookout for our trig functions, right? So one thing we should note, or at least recall, is that the derivative of arctan of x is equal to 1 over x squared plus 1. So, so it's kind of a spoiler, but what we're going to do here is, because we have x squared plus some other stuff, we want to try to get in the form 1 over x squared plus 1. Obviously, we're not going to have the variable x squared because we're at some point going to have to do u sub here. But the first thing we're going to do is complete the square. Because remember, we want to get this part squared, and we want to make this part a square. And this works out really nicely. So the first thing we have to do with the 8x is divide it by 2 and then square that, which is 16. So our new integral is going to be 1 over x squared plus 8x plus 16. So now we have to write minus 16 and plus 52. But that just works out to plus 36. And for the sake of simplification, 36 is the same thing as 6 squared. Never forget the dx. Okay, so we're one step closer to our answer. But now what we need to do is make this portion and this portion equal to a variable squared plus 1, which we can do by doing two things. First, to get rid of this 6, what we need to do is pull out 1/6. What we also need to do is, because we completed the square, we know that x plus 4 squared, if we square that, we'll get this equation back. So what we can do is pull out 1/6. That pretty much means we're dividing everything by 1/6. Right, equals 2. And we get 1 over x plus 4, right? It's x plus 4 squared, but we're dividing that by 6. Or multiplying it by 1/6, same thing. And then we're going to add 1, because 6 squared, we multiply that by 1/6, and we get 1 squared, which is just 1. So now we have this equation. So now, if we look at this, we have this whole thing squared plus 1 is equal to x squared plus 1. And now this is a very simple u sub. We actually don't even have to do u sub here. We can literally just take this equation and answer now, right? Because this is the same thing as 1 over, 1 over u squared plus 1. If we wanted to do u sub, that's all it would give us. So now we can write our answer as, we have the 1/6 on the outside. And remember, arctan x, the derivative of it, equals 1 over x squared plus 1. So if we integrate 1 over x squared plus 1, we take whatever's in the bottom here, and we put it into x. I really should have changed these variables, but you get my point. This part should go on the x, so the 1 kind of just disappears to heaven, I guess. Okay, so we take the 1/6, we put it here, and the integral of this is simply going to be arctan then big guy, and whatever is on the bottom. So we have x plus 4 over 6. So we get x plus 4 over 6. Don't forget to add the plus c. And we're done.